Hey y'all, it's Megan. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Y'all come along, spend the evening with us. We got a few little things to accomplish here, and make sure you watch till the end because we're going to show y'all something that kind of contradicts an earlier video. We just want y'all's opinion on it, so y'all stick around.
Before we go down here and feed, I just thought I'd run around here and show y'all this because I just discovered it the other day and thought it was pretty cool. For years we planted some type of running cow pea, or like a crowder pea. I'm not 100% sure which variety it was. I think they were colossals, which colossal isn't an heirloom, so I don't know what they are. Anyways, we had replanted the seeds for a few years in a row, and well, we didn't have no more seeds. We saved some from last year. We ended up giving those to somebody, and we thought we had some left, and I was like, well, we couldn't find them. Anyways, where I threw the netting down last year that held the peas up, look what's come up around it. So now our seed bank is going to get replenished by accident. I thought this was the coolest thing ever. You can see the netting right there. I think you call them a Hortonova netting or something like that. I can't remember. Anyways, I just throwed it down here and just kind of forgot about it after we took it out of the garden. And just noticed just the other day when I was around here weed eating that all these peas had come up from this. So thought that was pretty cool and thought that'd be something pretty cool to share with y'all.
Remember, your food does the best when it doesn't know you're trying to grow it.
Yeah, I guess on the way down to feed the chickens, we could show them something else that's done pretty good that we didn't plant there.
Yeah.
And we can't grow these if we try to put them in a garden. We'll show you in just a second.
We put the cows and the horses over here with the goat, letting them work on this pasture, just adding this into our rotation. And these pigs, I want y'all to look at these things. Boy, they're growing. Y'all done pushed the darn trough back down there again. I had to get in there yesterday and get in there and get it.
They're getting rowdy. I think they're getting old.
I know, but then they get stuck in here and they won't come out. What they were doing yesterday. See, they won't go out. Don't you come out here. Get on! Get! 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 Don't come here. Quit biting my stick! Quit!
So guys, when we was talking about earlier, the stuff just coming up where it's not supposed to, this is a ditch line, and apparently some pumpkin seeds or squash seeds or something washed down through here. And of course, this is some kind of hybrid that come up here. It's been a pretty vine up until now. It's really got some mildew, some mold and stuff growing on it, but it's got these cute little pumpkins growing on it, and it's full of them. There's 4 or 5 in there in just that little bitty vine. And then right down here, and plus I got in here with a weed eater yesterday and cleaned up around them. So right down here we have these that are shaped like those little, can you see that from there?
I think so.
They're shaped like those little ornamental pumpkins, but they don't have no color to them. So we've just been kind of letting them do their thing. And this one is loaded down as well. We didn't plant them. They knew they weren't supposed to be growing there, so they done good. But like I said, pumpkins and winter squash are 2 things that we just absolutely have no luck growing around here because squash bugs or something always gets them and they never do good. But these, I hear it. These have done exceptionally well for considering the fact that they were put there by accident and we hadn't done anything to them. But we've got one more thing that come up out here in the pasture that's actually doing pretty good. We'll show you that in just a second. Hey, throw me the egg basket, I forgot.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll take their water. All right, so out here in amongst our horse and cow pasture, we don't. Only thing I can figure out where this came from was we threw a lot of watermelons into the chickens last year.
I think so.
For them to eat. But y'all look here. Look at this
that
beautiful watermelon plant.
And look at that thing laying there.
With that nice watermelon on it, but the plant goes all throughout this growed up stuff right here. Andy's recently mowed the pasture, so he left this, but I think that's the only watermelon on it.
Yeah, we got some more blooms out there, but they probably won't have time to make anything.
The crazy thing is we planted all them watermelons up yonder in the corn patch, and we got one. And look at this. We just came out here one day and we're like, oh, it's a watermelon.
This one planted itself.
So, yeah, hope we get to eat it.
Hopefully
We were
so.
definitely going to save seeds from that one too. That's what I done told Andy.
Tell them about your watermelon we got last night. We got one out of all the ones we planted.
And we saved, well, we got seeds from it because like we literally didn't take care of those watermelons, y'all. I'm just going to tell you. And that one survived, and it was so sweet, and it was huge, and we got, what, 100 seeds out of it?
We probably got at least 100
I mean,
out
we
of
could have got a lot more, too, but it was good. That's what you saw me throw into the chickens just now.
Yep, that was the watermelon from last night. That's the only watermelon.
Yeah.
We planted all those watermelons for the kids, and I guess we got lazy on taking care of them. And, yeah. And two, sunflowers is not a good thing to plant beside watermelons. I thought it would be, but it's not. They get too tall and just kind of crowd out the watermelons. So anyways, we're going to go down here and pick some,
Pink eye purple.
yeah, pink eye purple hull peas that we had let go to seed and get those up.
And we decided to save those seeds because, again, those are the peas we didn't think were going to live. You've been watching us since the spring. They did terrible, and so we just kind of quit taking care of them and just let them go because we didn't think they'd make anything. And they made like a lot of peas, didn't they?
Yep. And didn't have the first insect or anything on it.
No, so we're saving the seeds from those because we didn't take care of those either. So
I mean, it doesn't mean anything, I guess, but in a sense, maybe it does. But anyways, those are the ones we're going to save seeds from. We'll see how they do next year. But anyways, let's go get them. Watch them little caterpillars.
the ones that sprung up last year.
Looks like them. They're definitely dry. They're crumbling in my hand.
Well, there should be plenty of seeds.
That's probably another thing.
Yeah. Good way to know they're ready is you can hear them rattling when you shake them, like a baby rattle. I That's how I tell anyway.
Yeah, they're definitely, I believe they're definitely ready. I might try something too. I might try to plant, let some of this go to seed, which, I mean, it's going. And even though Honey Select is a hybrid corn, I may save a ear's worth of seed and just see what you get when you plant it back. See if it's anything like Honey Select or if it's something totally different. But maybe. Some of those peas has come up in the corn here too from last year.
Oh, I see them.
So this is the peas we were talking about that was up here at the, that I'd throw down on that net. Evidently they came back. So they're a climbing pea. Look at this. I guess some peas got dropped here.
Yep, look at them coming. That's crazy. Ain't it?
Yeah. One lonely vine. Y'all, I know you've seen the video, I don't know, probably been a month ago now, hasn't it?
Probably.
About the goldenrod.
I'll link it.
Alright.
If y'all want to watch it.
But about the goldenrod. And this is our neighbor's field right here that has kind of growed up and anything, whatever, but there's goldenrod blooming in it. Again. And it's a month later. Look right there.
I'll take it home with me.
Well, it's fixing to be full bloom. A lot of it, that one had done been bloomed for a while. But a lot of this right here is fixing to be full bloom. This right here, all of that's goldenrod. So, what blows my mind is the fact that there was goldenrod blooming here when we told y'all about it the first video. I looked, I paid attention everywhere just to make sure before we put that video out that there was goldenrod everywhere and it wasn't just specific to that one location. And it was blooming everywhere. Blooming all through here, look just like it does right now. And so, what does that mean?
Do we go by the first time or the second time?
Yeah, what does that mean? Maybe it was a different variety of goldenrod that was growing out here. I don't know. But it looked just like this when it was blooming the first time. So
today is day before Labor Day. So what, the 2nd, September 2nd.
Yep.
So the first one was, I believe, was August the 5th.
Yeah, it was about right at a month apart.
Yep. So we'll just have to remember those 2 dates.
Yeah, with that being said, maybe that means we're looking at a really cold spell coming in about a month and a half, and then it's going to be another cold spell, which this would put it towards the middle of October.
Which is about right. Still a little early.
That's about right for us, but that is still a few weeks early compared to what we normally get. So if this time right here is true, that would put us being, our first frost being at the middle of October. And if that's the case, like I said, that's a little bit early for us, but that's a lot more in line with typical instead of the first prediction we had. I'm still predicting a very early fall. No doubt about it. I just see signs everywhere showing that. But this one has got me curious now because I've never seen a perennial weed or flower or whatever you want to call it bloom twice. So it can't be the same plants of goldenrod blooming again. It had to have been 2 different sections of blooming. Maybe the first, where the weather's been so screwed up, we had some random goldenrod that was just confused. I don't know. This has got my mind blown. But we're definitely going to be paying real close attention come the middle of September and the middle of October and see what happens. Just to see if anything happens. May not nothing happen. But I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't mind seeing an early frost. I'm ready to start seeing some of these weeds and all these grasses and everything slow down. So all we've done this weekend, or all I've done this weekend anyways, was mow and weed eat everything around here. It's just had gotten out of hand. But it's that time of year. Anyways, let's get up there to the house and feed the chicks and the turkeys.
So a couple of days ago, I went and picked up our Cornish cross for the year. You saw my post the other day. It must be hot. Saw my post the other day. Usually we run about 200 a year, but this year has just been we're just taking it a little easier this year than we usually do because of some things going on. But this This will be our only 50 for the season, so I look forward to, if y'all are new to Cornish Cross, which I'm sure you've seen them on the other homesteading channels. That's kind of how we raise them. We feed them a non-GMO feed here. It looks like that. That's what we feed them, Sunrise Farms, right?
Yes.
I believe what it's called. And I've been very impressed with that feed as far as the growth of the chickens. And I'm gonna tell you, the hatchery I use, probably not one that many people have heard of. It's out of Alabama, Muscle Shoals, Alabama, I think. And Valley Farms Hatchery. I'm gonna link their website. The best Cornish Cross I have raised have been from them.
By far. They do so good.
They do really good. I mean, as far as how many I lose, etc.
And they're a lot more active.
Yeah, and I've noticed that they actually scratch a little bit. Now, they still grow like the Cornish, and they're still like, well, I mean, if you've ever been around them, you know how they are. They ain't like regular chickens, but I'll link their website. If you've never heard of them, y'all be sure to check them out, Valley Farms Hatchery. But yeah, I've got 52. They always send you a couple of extra, because you usually lose a few, especially in the chick stage. Haven't lost any yet, knock on wood, but it's nothing unusual. But anyways, I just come check on their feed, make sure they got enough, and make sure they got water. Right now, they ain't eating a ton. Give it a couple weeks. They'll be eating us out of house and home.
Ain't that the truth?
It's hot in there, but I ain't got no other way. These things are so good. Look how tiny they are. Very sweet. I like them way better than cherry tomatoes because I'm not a fan of cherry tomatoes. Them right there are delicious.
Somebody was asking about Lovey the other day on the video. Up there he is. He's still around here.
Fat and happy, I'm gonna tell you. This time, he's about as big around as he is tall. Come here, Lovey. Come here, Lovey.
Water hose in there.
Oh, well, they must have knocked it out because it was in there yesterday when I filled it up. And he don't mind the cows and horses at all. Like, he loves them. He thinks they're fun. I only see 4. Where's Walter?
1, 2, 3, 4. They're out. 5.
I'm missing one.
Uh-oh. It's
Yep.
dead.
Nope.
Or
No, it
is
ain't. Its head's moving.
Oh,
It's in the shade.
it's alive. We thought that turkey was dead, y'all.
In case anybody's wondering that has never raised white turkeys,
They can just...
they have no will to live.
No, they don't.
They have no will to live. So you just never know. Y'all been eating tomatoes, they're all over your face. Come on. Come on.
These turkeys have done a pretty good job cleaning up what rotten tomatoes is on the ground here.
Yeah, they really have. That's what's all over their face, if you're wondering.
I think it's about time for them to go to,
Yeah, they're getting too big.
yeah, freezer camp, as everybody says. Golly, what a mess. This is driving me crazy. This is the worst thing you can do for a garden, is let everything go to seed or let everything just go.
Well, maybe we're building our seed bank of volunteer tomatoes and cucumbers.
We definitely done that. Look out through there. There'll be tomatoes and cucumbers coming up in here everywhere.
And now, Andy's gonna treat me to some steak for supper, and I'm gonna treat him to some peanut butter and oats.
Every so often I do break bad and cook a little something. It's usually outside though. I'll only cook if I can cook outside on a grill or now the Blackstone. But I always get disappointed when I cook though, because she cooks so much better than me.
Oh my God. It tastes a lot better to me because
Because you didn't have to
I
cook
didn't
it.
have to cook it.
It's not right here. There's one right there.
Well, thank you, dear. It looks great.
Oh. Oh?
You gonna tell them where you got them taters from?
Some more of those plants that wasn't supposed to be growing. These right here come out of our compost pile. We've had the prettiest potato vine growing out there all season, and it finally died back, and this is what I found. So we're eating them. They're so pretty and clean.
Tonight we're having fried potatoes and some delicious Jersey beef.
So on these steaks here, I won't never really put much on them except a little salt and pepper. I was listening to Tbsp Cocoa's podcast a while back about cooking. He was talking about cooking. And he told me, well, he talked about something on there I'd never heard of before. How to get that char, that sear on the outside of your steak or your cheeseburgers. Burgers do it too. And you would think it would make them salty. So what you do is you coat the exterior of the steak in salt all the way around here. And on both sides, just cover it in salt. Look at how moist they've got on the outside. Because that salt's drawing the moisture out of just the outside layer of that steak. So when you throw it on the grill, beforehand, you get your grill really hot. And then you throw your steak on there where your steak's moist and wet. It cools the grill off. And so you don't have that hot surface area to sear that steak. With this, it draws all that moisture out, and they can kind of pat them down just a little bit before you put them on the grill. Throw them on there, and you'll get that sear, but the inside of it's still just juicy. And
I did that chicken like that the other day.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was good. So, anyways, just in case you didn't know that, you should try it. I was skeptical. I thought it'd make it taste salty. You don't even taste the salt. And while I'm cooking, I'll throw a little bit of pepper or something on the steaks. How many potatoes do I need to cut up?
The onions will eat some too.
You didn't give me a big enough plate.
Let me help you.
No, I get this one done. That'll probably be enough on it. I'd heard for so many times that Jersey beef is the best beef, and we're sold on that now. This by far has been the best beef that we have ever eaten in our life. These steaks don't have that much fat on them, but the fat that's there is like, it's yellow fat, and it is delicious. Oh my gosh. But, wouldn't you say so, Maggie?
What?
Ain't you sold on the Jersey beef?
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Even the burgers.
It's like very. Well, I've noticed with the steaks, it's very tender.
Oh yes, it is so tender.
And we didn't. Well, y'all saw how these cows were raised. We were not throwing feed to them by any means.
No, and they had the prettiest marbling in them too.
Like they were not thrown. We fed them.
And right towards the very end, when we had them put up over here, we did feed them at that point like every other day. But for the most of their life, they've had nothing but grass and occasional feed here and there. There is a lot of guys who don't feed nothing but grass, and I commend them. I like to give them a little bit of grain right before we kill them.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. A cow that comes to a bucket and that cow gets out is the best thing you ever done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Best thing you ever done. So it's worth feeding them a little grain for that.
Yeah, just so you can have them trained to a bucket. So you got that thing going?
Yeah.
You got to throw a little bit of lard on there. I forgot to wipe them down, but it'll be alright. Looking pretty good.
I wish y'all had smell-o-vision. It smells wonderful.
Yep. They'd be jumping through the screen if they had smell-o-vision.
Peanut butter delights, no baked cookies. I think somebody in the comments one time said they called them wackies. Wasn't that what they called them?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I'll leave my recipe down in the comments. Everybody makes them a little different. Some of mine, Andy and the kids' favorite though.
Anything got chocolate in it's my favorite.
That's how Andy gets his oatmeal in.
Yeah. You're not gonna say nothing, Maggie?
It's looking good.
Is it good, Jacob?
Uh-huh.
He's done dug into his. I'm ready. Well, y'all.
We appreciate y'all watching and hope you enjoyed this video. Just coming along with us this evening. And anyways, I hope we're maybe about done working for the evening. We'll see.
Yeah, I think we are.
And we got these
But Andy
nice
cooked
at
me
the grocery store.
one more delicious supper, so I am going to thoroughly enjoy it.
And I got some good looking peanut butter delights in the refrigerator.
Peanut
So-
butter lights.
Yep.
So anyways, y'all. We'll
Y'all
see you
have
on
a
the
good
next
one. We'll catch you on the next one.